Just taking a little walk this morning to start the day, to get the blood flowing a little bit. It's kind of weird, you know, it's the laziest I've ever felt on a vacation or trip or anything before. So I'm usually very much by the agenda, go, go, go. But it's actually been nice to like sleep in and kind of just enjoy what little free time we've had, because we have been very busy dealing with all my dad's stuff. But, you know, hopefully today we'll actually have a little bit more leisure time, because my sister's gonna go meet a friend. My brother and I are probably just gonna kill some time until she's ready before we go see our dad again. And, man, I don't wanna jinx anything, but everything's kind of gone to plan, which has been pretty nice. But this trip's been nice. You know, I can't complain. Well, I mean, I guess I could, you know. I just saw a spider. Burn it down. Well, one thing I thought we could take some time and talk about is actually the future of the vlog. The last video you saw on here was actually vlog number 50. Well, if you're gonna go back and count the videos, it's not the 50th video I've posted. It's the 50th one I've recorded for the channel. It's just a couple didn't make the final cut for whatever reasons, technical difficulties, whatever. But, you know, I gotta say, it's been going well. The fact remains, this channel is really designed to be a creative outlet for me, and that's exactly what the purpose it serves so far. I was even telling my brother last night, you know, I don't think my content as of right now is the best in the world, but it gives me that thing that I'm missing, that fulfillment that I want from editing and creating and finding the different angles to shoot. And I do all this kind of on a whim. A lot of it's not pre-planned or I don't script anything at this point. We're gonna do some stuff coming up soon, like our trip to Disneyland, and I'm going to a comic book show hopefully here pretty soon. You know, there's little things that I look forward to actually taking the time, having some ideas, filming them, editing them, putting them up. But for the most part, it's kind of like a lifestyle vlog, where this is a kind of a glimpse into our lives. So I think we've been very fortunate enough, as much as we've traveled, as much things that we've seen. Like, if I can go back to when I was younger and all the traveling I did with my mom and the rest of my family, my God, that would have been such cool content and video to create. Because I've been lucky enough to have seen and been to some places that a lot of people have not. Now, I mean, I'm a working, young professional in my late 30s, so we don't have as much time as we used to when we traveled so much more. But when we have the opportunity, we travel as much as we can. And actually, I've received one question I kind of want to touch on right now. It's called Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel. You don't talk a lot about additional tech. Well, you know what? I realized about halfway into creating these videos, it is a little bit of a conflict of interest in me. Without going into too much detail, what I do in my everyday job, my daily life, revolves around tech a lot. And one of our agreements and non-disclosure stuff we have is certain devices, certain technologies, certain things I can't really talk about because it is a conflict of interest. And I get that, and it makes sense. I don't want to do anything to risk my livelihood and my kids, you know, roof over the head, all that stuff. So we are going to talk about tech, but it's going to be things that don't necessarily pertain to what I do for my living. But what it's going to be is like tech that I find interesting, probably associated around the Tesla, like my cameras, things like that. Because one thing I'm going to plead complete ignorance about is the camera style, camera technology. Because reality is, I don't know cameras that well, and unfortunately cameras are a crucial part of vlogging and YouTubing. So like right now I'm shooting on the G7X Mark II, because, you know, watching certain videos like Adam the Woo, Tim Tracker, they all talk about having shot on this camera before. And our friends over there late to the party, Robert and Vanessa, they told me this is their like travel camera that they use to vlog as well. And I was lucky enough to get a really good price and deal on it. You know, and I got a couple other cameras at home. I mean, I got my GoPro 8, I have my DSLR, which is a Nikon 5100, which I never quite got the hang of. So maybe we'll use that, some of the videos on here, to like talk about DSLR technology, because I just really don't understand. Like, I just want to push the button and go. Kind of like automatic versus manual in cars, just put it in D and go. I'm not a shifter. Well, like I said, I just want to take a little bit of time and talk about the future of the blog. So hopefully we'll do some more travel stuff soon. We're going to talk about more technology and more stuff about the Tesla. I haven't done a lot of the Tesla lately because, well, we've been doing a lot of other stuff, a lot of stuff going on. And I haven't had really anything I wanted to talk about necessarily with the Tesla. Other than maybe we'll talk about some of the accessories I purchased in the past, because a couple of them are kind of running their course and I might have to replace them, which is sad, as I like them. Like, I'll give you an example. I bought the mud flaps for the car, and the one that's coming off, you definitely see some wear there in the corner where it should be preventing dirt and dust and hitting the car, but I think it might be. And I'm one of those fools, I did not get paint protection film. Alright guys, well thanks for tuning in. We'll check it out again soon. And like I said, we're in sunny Oregon, quote unquote, and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, maybe some more to come, who knows? Alright, before we go visit our dad today, we're making a side trip to the Evergreen Air and Space Museum. And for Howard Hughes fans like myself, this place has special meaning. So in addition to being an aviator, philanthropist, and engineer with Hughes Aircraft, one of the many things Howard Hughes did was he took on a lot of government assignments during World War II especially, which resulted in really cool innovations in technology when it came to aerospace, science, and just general engineering. And one of the coolest things he ever made is right here in this museum. And what's that thing? The Hercules. Okay. The H-4 Hercules actually only flew once, and that was in Long Beach on November 2nd, 1942, I believe. You know, he actually had to go before congressional hearings to prove that he was actually spending the government's money to develop this plane. But after the money dried up, he actually put his own money into it. And it's also referred to as a spruce goose. That's probably what you've heard it as. But the fact of the matter is, Howard Hughes hated that name. It was the Hercules, the H-4 Hercules. I mean, this was designed to bring troops safely across the Atlantic during World War II. Did it ever actually do it? No. Like I said, it only flew once. But this is an insane feat of engineering. Like nothing like this ever existed before. It was the largest moving thing on the planet outside of the blue whale at one point. Like, this thing's incredible. I've always wanted to see it and I had no idea it was right here in Oregon. And I think we can actually go inside, so y'all have no idea how stoked I am right now. And before I give some more Howard Hughes love, check this out. This is the plane from the man with the golden gun. I know me a James Bond vehicle when I see one. She'll tell me. You like this ship plane. You better like it. Look, a little goose. It's not spruce at all. Although it kind of looks like Pluto in the face. Oh, and it just occurred to me. I think I said it flew once November 2nd, 1942. I think it was 1947. I mean, just look at this thing. The entire plane takes up the entire museum. It fascinates me that someone's mind can come up with this stuff. Not only come up with it, but find a way to make it happen, to build it. If you can dream it, you can build it. And that's what I love about these guys. All right, I think it's time we explore the inside. Oh my gosh, I hope they have an in-flight movie. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm just so lost. Is this the highway to the danger zone? Is it? Do I take a left? Take a left? No?
Take a left.
On the taxiing deck, Hughes takes a last look as the monster dwarfs everything in its vicinity.
Time to go inside. Holy crap. Okay, I've talked about the comic books I write on the show before, specifically Brief History and Time. We make a comment in the very first issue how the reason they're trying to mess with interdimensional travel and travel across space and time was to prevent any kind of, to stop loss essentially. That they don't want to lose any more soldiers, any more husbands, fathers, anyone that's coming home. The reason we use that verbiage specifically is that's why Howard Hughes designed this. He wanted to bring as many troops over safely and back as possible with the biggest plane he could. That could transport not only material, you know, cars, whatever, but mostly the troops and their safety. That's what this plane represents. Modern engineering and just a man's dream. Kind of like the Tucker automobile. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I have to admit, I have a little bias coming from the Pima County Air and Space Museum, which is one of the best in the world. The fact they have the Hercules, this might be my new favorite air and space museum outside of Tucson and DC. We just saw the Hercules, aka the Spruce Goose. What'd you guys think?
I thought it was pretty phenomenal. Huge, huge, immensely huge.
Immensely huge. See, that's literally one of my bucket list things right there. Like, Howard Hughes, I pretty much, like, I saw the books in there, I was like, oh, I've read this one, I've read this one, I've read this one. I love me some Howard Hughes, and the fact that we just got to see that in real life, not only see it, but go inside, I'm a happy guy right now. So,
bucket list,
yep.
check.
Check.
So I guess I'm trying to say is it was good knowing y'all. I have nothing else to live for. Bye, statue. All right, we're gonna go check out Air Force One. Then we're gonna go do some of our good deeds for the day. And by that I mean go have lunch, then go see our father. And now my other true passion and love, space exploration. Is this what I think it is? It is indeed a piece of the Berlin Wall. Wow. I've seen like fragments before, but never this complete of a version. Like I said before, you guys know I started this channel out of my love for Tesla, tech, and innovation, and comics. But I don't know, this is my jam here. I love space exploration. I love aviation history because it really is a cornerstone of modern technology when it comes to all the innovations we've made in the last 100 years. I mean, we went from, you know, trying to figure out how to get hot water and plumbing in our houses to a man walking on the moon. This place is incredible. All right, well, that was a fun trip to the Evergreen Air and Space Museum here in Oregon. I can't remember the exact name of the town. I'll have to look that up. I'll put in the information down below. But if you're in the area, definitely a stop by. If no other reason, to see the actual Hercules that was designed by Howard Hughes. And as you saw in the Air and Space Museum, and the other portion, the space portion of it, there's pieces of the Berlin Wall. We got to see the capsule from Apollo 11. Like, this has been well worth the side trip. But now we got to get my sister to her little lunch date because we totally screwed up time. Now she's running late. Sorry, sister. But like I said, check it out. Information will be down below. Well, when in Oregon, what do? You stop by Nike. What do you do when to kill time while your sister's having lunch? You go shopping. Dad stuff done. Now we get to go have dinner.
Woohoo!
Food.
Real time.
Yeah, it's actually a nice dinner. We're gonna sit with our betters. We were not told there was a hill. On the real, this better be worth it. Sorry guys. There was a hill. Last night meal, this is where it's going down. The Oswego Grill. Actually, it looks like it's pretty high class, quality, good food here. All the reviews I read online look fantastic. We're getting ready to order. I myself am going with the filet with the buttermilk mashed potatoes, and we have the ahi tuna and crab roll on its way for our appetizer. Our ahi tuna with crab and a soy/teriyaki demi-glaze. I already cheated. I had a piece. It is fantastic. Successful subway trip? Yep. We survived. So far. We have until tomorrow. So here's my filet cooked to a perfect medium on a bed of buttermilk mashed potatoes. My sister got the chicken marsala, which looks fantastic. And the big bro got the spicy mac and cheese with Italian sausage. That was everything I was hoping for and more. You know when you say that you don't have enough room for dessert and then you see the desserts? Well, plenty of room. There's always room for dessert.
Yeah.
That is really a homemade marshmallow right there. All right, that was delicious. My steak was cooked perfectly. I could have done without the demi-glaze just because it was a little strong in the teriyaki, but other than that, it was really good. Your chicken marsala looked awesome.
Yeah, it was very good.
And you got that mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese was fabuloso.
And you guys saw earlier the dessert we got too. Oh my gosh, get that s'more dessert. That was fantastic. The apple was really good too, but I couldn't even finish the s'more dessert. Well, today was a fun day. We got to see our dad one last time before we take off. Now we're gonna go home, well, home. We live here now. The hotel and pack, get ready to go tomorrow. Well, I checked something off my bucket list today and we had some great food. You can't really go wrong with that. The only problem is now we gotta walk our happy behinds back to our hotel.
But it's downhill.
It is downhill. And I'm round, so it'll be much easier. All right guys, thanks for taking a ride with us. Hopefully we can take another ride again soon.